In this video, we're going to be talking about how you can make this amazing fire text. It's going to be amazing. Okay, so you will learn in this video how to make all these amazing text effects and all that. So please do not forget to give me a little like and a little subscribe, and also turn on the bell so you can get all the videos that I do. I upload videos weekly for you guys, so you can get all the benefits from all these videos and learn design on your own. And I also post motivational videos in case you're not actually motivated to work. In case you don't know, there is a Photoshop beginner course here on my YouTube channel. It's not completed yet, but I post for you guys so you can actually benefit a lot from this. It is only for beginners that doesn't know anything about Photoshop at all. So you will get a lot of value watching these videos. I promise you will learn Photoshop using at least the essentials of Photoshop, using these playlists and using these videos in that Photoshop course that I'm making for you guys. So make sure to check it out here in the icon. You'll really love it. Let's jump into the video. So hey, once you are on your computer, that's the text we're gonna do. So let's start. Okay, we're gonna go to File, and then we're gonna go to Open, and then you'll find all these docs here. That's our background file. Then we're gonna open it, as you guys can see. Now we're gonna remove that lock by clicking on it. If you have a CC version, if you are on CSX, you will have to double click on the layer itself and press OK so you can get rid of that lock. And then we're gonna make a new group. We're gonna name it background, maybe give it a little color so you just kind of differentiate it from the other layers that we're gonna make, because we're gonna make a lot of different layers and stuff. So yeah, now it's time to make our amazing text. New layer, and then we're gonna make the text like that. You're gonna press T on your keyboard and start the text from up here to right here. Okay. The reason why we're making the text this way, it's because my 3D actions, the actions that I will use, the actions that I've actually developed for you guys, so you can change any text or any kind of shapes, pixels, vectors into a 3D 3D looking one. Okay, so the reason why is because my actions won't work with a text that is typed like that. If you type a text like that, the effects will not be as good as you making some kind of a without making this kind of a rectangle here. Okay, so yeah, so you're gonna press T on your keyboard and start working on it. So I'm gonna you also want a font. The font that I'm actually using is named Cuckoo Goose. If you want to go with this font, it's okay. You will find it also with the files in the description. But if you have any other options of your font, you're free to go and you're free to use them as well. Now I'm going to type in text and hot. That's what I'm going to type. And the color is going to be black. And also I'm going to put them in the center. And then we're going to go here to the character. And that's what our that's how it should look like. Just copy my settings here. If you have any different settings, then you're free to use as well. Okay, I'm gonna have this one on 350, and this one is on 450, and that's how I want it to be looking like. Now press T again, and then hit enter on your keyboard so that they are coming up in the center, as you guys can see. You can also go to the move tool, press Ctrl A on your keyboard, and go here and click on align horizontal centers, so it makes it totally to the center. Now it's time for us to create our amazing text effects. So we're gonna go here, group, and then we're gonna make text. We're gonna name it text, and then we're gonna give it a little blue color or whatever you want. You don't have to do this anyways, but I do it. I just like to make my layers look kind of tidy and stuff. So yeah, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go right click, and then we're gonna go to blending options, and then we're gonna go to the pattern overlay. Okay, we're gonna choose this pattern. I'm gonna tell you right now how to do this kind of pattern. In the files, in the stock files that I've that you will find in the description, you'll find this one here named Lava Cracks. You're gonna go open it up like that, and then you're gonna press C on your keyboard and start making kind of a little rectangle here. Choose this part. So I want to use this part as my pattern. So do the same process I'm doing for you. You're gonna go to edit, and then you're gonna go right down here to define pattern, and then press OK. And after that, you're gonna go here to the text, right click, blending options, and you will find the pattern that you have done just right here. Okay, that's the pattern I will go with, because it's already the same, but I like this one. You might want to go with 57, for example, if that looks good for you. But for me, I think I will maybe go with 100. That's a little bit big. Maybe a little bit smaller. Just until you find something that it kind of resonates with you and looks better and looks good for you. Okay, maybe this is good. And now we're gonna go to the outer glow. Just copy my settings, and then you're gonna go here to the contour. You will find that it's kind of not the normal contour that you have. How we can do this is I've also included the contours for you guys in the description. You're gonna go click on that gear icon, load contours, and you're gonna find it, the file named contours here. Press load, and you will find it right here. You're gonna choose this kind of sleazy one, and yep, that's it. Now we want to make sure that we have some sorry, we're not going to use the outer glow here on that layer, but we're going to use it later. Anyways, we need inner glow. Just copy my settings as well, do the same thing, and some bevel and emboss if you want, but if you don't want, you can just turn it off. But I will go with the bevel and emboss because it gives great shape for the text. Now that's the first layer. Now the other layer we're gonna make is the 3D. Not the 3D yet, but it's a layer we're gonna use. Control J on your keyboard to duplicate the text layer and hide the first text layer we're gonna make that we have made before. Then double click on that one, go right here, inner glow, turn off the inner glow, and then go to the pattern overlay. Do the same process as I've told you, but with this time with this pattern. Okay, you're gonna go and maybe increase the scale a little bit. You don't have to worry about the pattern being repeating itself again and again, because this one is gonna be the 3D one, so it will be appearing underneath that one, so it will not be appearing on the top anyways, so you don't have to worry about it repeating itself. For this one, we're gonna go with the outer glow here. That's the outer glow settings that I want you guys to copy. That's it, as you guys can see. Make sure you go with this contour and you press OK. Now we have it looking like something like that. Okay, the next step is creating the 3D text. Okay, now what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make a new layer we're gonna actually duplicate this one, Control J, but we're gonna turn off the outer glow from it, so it's gonna look something like that, just very basic and simple. Turn on that one, so it looks like that. Now we're gonna make a new group. We're gonna name this one 3D, and then we're gonna put on this one. We're gonna put this layer inside the 3D one, and we're gonna name it 3D also. Now it's time for us to make our great 3D text. Now these are the actions that I've been talking about from the beginning, and these are the actions that we're going to use to make the 3D text happen. Okay, so what this action does, it actually creates repetitive amount of layers below that main text layer that you have, in order to make that final 3D text for you. So I actually sell these these actions. It's going to be for $10 only for you guys, and you will find the link to purchase it just right below here on the description as well. So I will go with set 2, the one that I've actually just made, to create this amazing text for you. Now you will go and start clicking on that play selection for about maybe from 50 to 70 times. until you you are satisfied with the 3D one that you are looking for. Now let me just start and show you how it's going to look like. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just keep pressing, keep clicking on the keyboard, pressing or whatever, until you just reach the number of let me see, it's kind of 68 or 67 is good. Yeah, now we'll go with 68 now. As you guys can see, creates an amazing text, amazing 3D effect here for us. You can also yeah, I think that's good. Now, as you guys can see, this is looking very nice. We're gonna make this also a little bit more better now by going here to the last. You have the last 2 3D layers. From all that, you can just go drop down here, and you'll have these last 2. And we're gonna go to the final one. We're gonna go to the outer glow, and we're gonna, as you guys can see, there's outer glow here. We're gonna just click on the eye, and then we're gonna go inside, and we're gonna change its contour to linear contour, and then we're gonna reduce the range a little bit, so it appears like there is some kind of fire coming out from it, from the bottom one, as you guys can see. So now we all ready, set to go. I'll click OK now. Then we're gonna go to the final one here. Double click on it. We don't want any of the patterns here. We just want to make it a black one with a drop shadow on it. Okay, so it's going to appear something like that, as you guys can see. Copy my settings as well here. That's the settings for the drop shadow one. Press OK, and then you can also duplicate that layer and drag it to the bottom, so it's underneath all the stuff here. And now, as you guys can see, that creates a little bit of kind of cool shadows here. So we can also go to filter. Now we're going to go to blur and lens blur, not lens blur, sorry, blur, and then we're going to go to motion blur, convert to smart object or whatever, just to create that kind of a little bit of shadows here, as you guys can see. We're going to click OK, and that's how the shadows are looking like, kind of realistic and very nice. Now we're going to go up there, and we're going to hide all that 3D stuff. And now we're set. We're ready to start adding our amazing, visual effects and, fire and all that right now. Now we're going to go here, place in file, place embedded. And now we're going to import all of these ones right into our canvas. So it's very simple. You can also just import it using file, place embedded, or just go right here to stocks and then select them all like that, and then bring them all in like so. Just keep pressing enter to all the pieces of files that I've got. Just a faster way of importing all that. Now we're gonna hide all these, and we're gonna start adding them one by one to meet what we actually want. So the file one is going to go below the text. As you guys can see here, I'm going to change the the direction of it like that. Get a little bit to the right here. Kind of lags because the effects are too much, and the 3D texts are also a lot. Now what we have done, I'm going to make it go to a little bit to the left, as you guys can see. Yeah, that works really well. Now we're going to go to the blending options. We're going to turn it into screen, so it looks something kind of like that here. You can go make it like this one or like that one. What fits you is what works. So you just, if you want to copy me, then you're good. If you don't want, then it's okay. You can play around as you want. It's okay. It's up to you. Just create whatever you want, whatever you think is good for you. Now, that's the first one. The second one is the lava cracks. We're going to add this lava cracks into the bottom, but this time it's going to be inside the group of the background here. So it looks like something like that. We're going to change the lava cracks blending mode to lighting, so it looks something like this here. Looks like it's, you know, moving in with the background, as you guys can see. We're gonna now increase the size of it like that, you know, have it kind of, you know, coming up right here. And now we're gonna start erasing out the areas of it. When you're gonna go to the layer, rasterize that layer, and then press E on your keyboard, increase the size of the brush, make sure it's 50 and 50, and start erasing from, you know, the parts that you don't want, and just erase the areas that, you know, are gonna make it look like it's kind of rectangle. We don't want this to be appearing like that. So we're gonna change and add and erase until it looks something we truly believe it looks better. Okay, that works. Maybe some a little bit from the bottom here. Kind of lags because, you know, the file is like too big here, and also the resolution and the effects we're adding are a lot. You know, something like that. It kind of takes time to appear. So yeah, that's how it looks like right now. And then the second one we're gonna use is this lava. Do we want this? I don't think so. I don't want this. Now the meteor one is the most interesting part. Now we're gonna go change it. You can change it, the blending mode, to screen, or just you can leave it like that. So we're gonna press V on your keyboard, and we're gonna resize that a little bit. So yeah, it goes something like this. Something is going, you know, as it is, like that. Keep playing around with the sizes, so it looks like there are like a group of meteors just coming up to explode that text. That's the one. That's how we want it to look like. We want to decrease that a little bit, like so. I'm gonna have a little one here that's already, you know, got in. One that is kind of coming up. Kind of lags a bit. Okay, for you to copy that, just press Alt on your keyboard and start dragging, so it just makes a little copy of it like that, as you guys can see. I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. It looks like, yeah, it's kind of away from the screen. So that's, you know, like I kind of like this styles here. Now the last one, not the last, but, you know, one of the greatest also. I'm gonna make a little bit of changes, and a little bit of appearance to this amazing effect, and we're gonna change it to screen. That's how it should be looking like now. And then this one, oh shit, no, this one, change it to screen as well. And as you guys can see, it looks something like that. Grab your eraser tool, change it to a rasterize layer, right click and rasterize layer, and then start, you know, but also erasing from it a little bit, so it looks something like that. And we got this one as well. Change it to a rasterize layer, start pressing your keyboard and start erasing the parts that we don't want. Make sure its blending mode is screen, so we don't fuck anything up. Right click that, Control T, and start rotating it so it looks something like this a little bit here. Okay, so that looks like kind of cool here. We can actually you know, kind of press that a little bit here, so it looks something like that. That's the T is exploding or something. So yeah, I can also start erasing some of these areas. So it looks kind of something like that. And then the final one is the smoke. I'm gonna add some smoke as well. Some smoke here, and also some smoke on top of the text. Kind of lags here as well. Know why? Okay. Control T, and then some smoke coming out of this area. Also want some smoke on the text itself. Control T, and then start rotating like that. So you also grab your eraser tool, rasterize that layer, and start erasing the edges so it doesn't look like, you know, it's looking like a rectangle or something. Also, you can also drop that, you know, smoke below the text layer so it looks something like this. There are smoke coming out of the text here as well, below the hot one. So yeah, it looks something kind of cool like that. Now the final one is adding some lights to the, you know, to the canvas here. We're gonna grab this, yeah, this color here, and just press one click, one on the right and one on top here on the left, and that's how it should be looking like. Press Control T and you drag this a little bit to the right, drag this a little bit to the right. So one, the brighter area is the left part, and the darker area is on the right part, to follow the shadow, as well as the shadow is also going out from the left to the right. So we want the brightest area on the left, so the shadow goes with the same direction of the light. Okay, what we can also do is we can, you know, bring this fire text here, fire, you know, layer here, and we can resize it by pressing Control T on your keyboard and make it a little bit smaller, as you guys can see, like that. And then we're gonna bring it a little bit right over here. Okay, we're gonna bring this fire one on top of the text from here, and then we're gonna go open up the text group, and then we're gonna go a little bit down, and then you know, drag the fire one below that, you know, cover one, the cover material of the text. I think you got it once you have seen what I've done. Now you resize it. Kind of lags here because as you guys can see, a lot of effects coming up. So yeah, it looks something like this, as if the, you know, the tea is melting. Yes, we want to turn it into a rasterized layer, and then gonna start erasing this part here that goes away. Okay, it is done. I'm gonna go do the same thing here, or just, you know, start increasing its size a little bit here. So go something like that, and then start erasing these areas here. You know, any part that is kind of looking like a line, you just want to get rid of this and erase it until it looks like it is realistic. Okay, that's realistic here. You can also copy this and put it right here to the H, and do that T as well. I think the X one is the most, you know, is the one that's gonna look a little bit better if you use it right here. Yeah, I think that one looks better. Start erasing these areas here, and back again to that one. I'm gonna add some of these to the E as well, and yeah, I think it looks really nice now, as you guys can see. Maybe we're gonna add some fire here for this poor T. Right click and flip horizontal, so the fire direction is kind of, you know, yeah, something like that. You can also start erasing from it like this, so it looks like kind of something like this, as you guys can see, and that is very beautiful. Now what you want to do is you can go to the first layer, shift, and go right down here to the background, and then press on that group icon, and then duplicate them, Ctrl J on your keyboard, and then Ctrl E, so that we're going to put all these layers into one layer, as you guys can see. And then it's time for the amazing camera roll filter effect. We go here to the camera roll filter, and we're gonna, make it look a little bit better because the quality of it's kind of, kind of linear. It doesn't look realistic, so we're gonna add and increase a little bit of effects to it here, so it looks that it is actually realistic, as you guys can see. Increase the whites as well, the blacks, decrease the blacks a little bit, add a lot of texture, a little bit of clarity. Maybe we're gonna increase the highlights a little bit here, decrease the blacks a little bit, decrease the dehaze, and a little bit of saturation, and then we're good to go. Look at how beautiful is that. That's after, that's before, after. Real big difference between both of them, as you guys can see. After, before, after, and that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching, making it till the end here. Thank you so much for watching, and I want you to go check out my other tutorials. You're gonna get a lot of great benefits out of it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and see you in the next video.